I learned about the project through an email from my aunt who works for the county.
We really wanted to learn more about it. And what better way to learn than to do a project yourself?
I just decided to fill out a very simple application and see what would happen, and lo and behold, we were picked out to be part of the project.
I think that was the whole genesis to it. It's just our desire to do more in this community.
Actually, it's in the neighborhood that I grew up, 2 blocks from my home, so it was fun to go back to the neighborhood.
My husband and I were barely, newly married, newly parents, so we jumped on board to have, participate in an energy efficient home that we could afford. It was really fun, and it was really a learning experience for me because they did do everything with different material that even I had never heard of.
We can build quality, high efficiency housing without any trouble whatsoever. We have the materials, we have the knowledge. We just need to make the shift. We need to step out of the norm, the convention, and move into some other products and start experimenting, which is what we're doing here. The foundation on this house and our houses are special in that we use what's called an insulated concrete form. Our reason for using ICFs is that they're another thermal mass. They're one that when we heat or cool it, they hold the energy a long time. The insulation that's left on the outside helps to hold that energy in or keep the energy out, depending on what its goal is throughout the summer or the winter. The crawl space is an area that we want to control the air in. When we pressurize that, it then delivers the air into the living space through ventilation. We don't have any ducts. That means it's a cost savings, eliminates dust and particles that are allergens. So the airflow coming from the floor is advantageous because you don't feel the air draft. And it doesn't have to be distributed all the way up to the attic and then brought back down in the form of air blowing across your eyes. One little thing that we've done here is we used a product called pervious concrete. It does everything concrete does, but it allows water to flow through it. The water that goes through the pervious concrete goes into the water table. That water is absorbed into the water table where it should be to begin with, so we can reuse it. This house incorporated a small PV system, commonly known as solar power. You'll see them anywhere in any neighborhood in California nowadays. This is something that homeowners and businesses alike are starting to really catch on to and realize it's a smart thing to do. And thank God they do, because it's going to help us a lot. For the roofing of this house, we use a product that's called cool roofing. It's designed to reflect more of the heat away from the house, thereby not allowing it to go into the house. We don't want to store energy on a roof. We want to keep as much of the heat out so that it's not there trying to cook the inside of the house. The wall system of the house is very important. It's not made of conventional 2x4s at all. It's made of a core of styrofoam, and then it's sandwiched in between 2 panels of OSB. These panels are very strong, and of course our main reason for using them is they provide insulation at the same time. The exterior skin of this building is also a green building material in that it's made of concrete. It's lap siding, looks just like a cottage type of house, but if you were to hit it with a baseball bat or something, you'd find that it's much different than regular wood. Simple other things like tree placement outside the house. It's a very simple, very effective means of shading the house. Dishwasher, oven, water heater. The eave overhangs on the house are 24 inches in depth. It's a passive means of reducing and rejecting heat gained to the house.
I would say the best thing would be the PG&E bills.
Building green impacts the average homeowner directly in their pocketbook. Building green means that they're going to be consuming less energy, which means their energy bills are going to be much lower.
We get to keep our good, cool air for quite a bit without losing, having the leakage that older homes have, or even the newer homes aren't quite sealed as well as we are.
I've heard horror stories of utility bills being almost $800 to well over $1,000 for a month.
So when you're looking at a family starting out in a new home, it's nice not to have a huge another bill. It's like a plus. It makes you, be able to really afford living in a new home.
I mean, we do some great, phenomenal things in terms of affordable housing, but we really saw the connection between reducing someone's utility bills and their ability to make their monthly mortgage as well, so that they're not overburdened with the housing expense every month.
We have a family who moved in about 2 months ago, and they called up the sales agent and they said, guess what? Our energy bill was $34 last month, and this was in the month of May.
What I learned in this project is some of the elements are a little more expensive than conventional building, but the savings on the energy and the maintenance are substantial. And when you get to it, the cost of owning a home is your total cost. So if you save on your utilities and you save on your maintenance and you pay a little bit more up front, at the end of the day, it's better for the neighborhood.
One of the most noticeable things that we do is we offer solar as a standard on every one of our homes.
Building green is not only practical, but it's also a profitable way to build a sustainable community.
And I think it's affordable. I think we're getting to a scalability now that will make this make sense for everybody. I see that it will change the entire community.
Cities being on the front lines of change have to be leaders of change, have to be agents of change, and we are responsible.
I don't think I'd have any success getting a rocket into space or building an automobile, but I can affect construction.
You have something that's yours. I can paint the walls and do whatever I want, and I can, decorate how I want.
I'm doing my best to spread that word and tell everybody you can do this. Don't ever say you can't.
We're here as stewards of the environment. I believe that we've been gifted with opportunities. If there's things that we can do in the long run that are better, then we should be looking to do those.